And I must say this, marriage does not define you. Christ does. Marriage does not define you. We have taught it so much in the church. We have emphasized so much that even young girls are missing out on the season of singleness, which is such a beautiful season. Half of the girls in church they are single, but they want to get married. So they're not enjoying their single phase. They're focused on getting married. But there's a season where you travel. There's nothing as hard as traveling with children. I should know I did it. You have 3 children under 10 and you're dragging everybody at the airport. There was a season where all my 3 children were under 5. And I was just confused. You strap them. I remember when I saw this backpack that has the leash, thank you. And I was much younger, and I thought to myself, how would anybody buy this? That's the arrogance of youth. How would anybody buy this? How would you leash your children as if I had 3. I had 3. I had 3, I'm telling you. And another reason why I'm asking you who are you is because your design determines your outcome. You must understand yourself. It's something that you see, the Bible tells us something. And I mean, we preach this a lot, especially in churches where we talk about being born again. Nicodemus went to Jesus. The day I saw that scripture with the light I'm about to show you now, it changed my entire life. Nicodemus went to Jesus and said, Rabbi, nobody can do the things you do except God is with him. And Jesus said to him, it's not about doing. He said, except a man be born again. So the fact that I am born by God is what determines what I do. So it's not what I do that determines that God is with me. So Jesus was saying to him, you have to settle the matter of identity first. That's what now attracts everything else. If you understand that you are the daughter of the Most High God, that you are a queen in your own right, you will not marry anything less than you deserve. The reason why we marry, for lack of a better word, rubbish as women, is because we think that is what we deserve. And it starts with your identity. You do not know who you are, so you do not know what you deserve. You don't know what you're entitled to. So I'll ask you again, who are you? Who are you when there's no Mrs. to your name? Who are you when nobody's calling you mommy? Who are you? The second question I'm going to ask you is, what are you sent here to do? What's your assignment? There has to be more to you than just marriage. There has to be more to you than just money. There has to be more. I believe every woman is called to a ministry. The issue is you have to find it. It may not be a pulpit ministry, it may not be a preaching ministry, but you're called to something. One day I was thinking about great men of God who had done great things. And then I was thinking of Billy Graham. I think it was that the season where he just passed. And they were doing a lot of documentaries, if you can remember at that time. There were lots of documentaries being done on him and telling his story and everything. And I was just thinking to myself, this man, he would stand in stadiums preaching the gospel, preaching to presidents, preaching to the queen. He did so much. And I asked myself, I said, who was his mother? Who was his mother? She probably raised him without the complete knowledge of who she was raising. Now that's ministry. But some women will tell you that if you don't hold a mic in your hand, that you are not a minister of the gospel. I beg to differ. I believe that some of us are called to raise godly seed. And that is a ministry. I believe some of us are called to just intercede over our husbands. That's a ministry. I believe it. I don't even believe every pastor's wife is called to pulpit ministry. I don't believe it. I believe that your first assignment is to be the wife of the pastor, to wife him. I believe that that's your first assignment. And so when I say, what are you called to do? What are you sent to do? Usually people begin to think ministry in terms of, oh, I have to go to the nations, I have to do missions. No. Sometimes your assignment is an assignment that is just quiet. Nobody else but you and God understands it. Look at Jael. Deborah was a prophetess. She was a judge. She was a wife. I assume she was a mother, even though it wasn't mentioned. And she was obviously a strategist, because when she called for Barak to go, he said, except you go with me. Because he needed counsel, needed advice. But look who God used to win the battle. A stay-at-home mom, who the only thing she knew was hospitality and how to set up a tent and bring down that tent. Sometimes I think about it, what if she had not practiced bringing down, using the hammer and the nail, if she had not practiced it well? Because the Bible says with one fell swoop, he hit, what's his name now, Sisera in his head, and he died instantly. If she had missed it, and he held her hand, her generation unborn would be dead. But she knew one thing, and she used that thing she knew. She used hospitality. She didn't go and pick up a sword. She took a glass of milk. He said, I want water. She said, water? I can do better than that. I'll give you milk. She gave him milk and covered him, and he slept. He relaxed. Hospitality. There are some people, he was so comfortable, he forgot he was at war. He forgot he was running. Because this woman understood the assignment. She didn't go outside to be trained with a sword. She knew that this is what I know and this is how I'm going to use it. What's in your hand, God can use it. He doesn't need to put a mic in your hand. What's in your hand, God can use it. And truly, I'm tired of women just thinking all I'm called to do is just marry. No, there's so much greatness on the inside of you. So much. So much. A stay-at-home mom. She didn't see it coming. Sometimes the reason why you don't recognize what's in your hand is because you've taken it for granted. It's something you find easy to do. That's why you don't pay any mind to it. So the first question is, who are you? Second question is, what are you sent to do? The third question is going to be one of the most important questions you ask yourself. Who are you sent to do it with? If you are called to marriage, and I believe not everyone will get married. I don't believe everyone is called to marriage. But if you are called to marriage, then you have to learn how to do it right. By first picking. I hear a lot of women fight about submission, and this is my take on the issue. Submission is never the issue. It's selection. Submission always starts with selection. If you pick right, if you pick a man that loves you, a man that pampers you, a man that every decision he makes is for your good, there's nothing he will tell you to do that you won't do. I'm telling you, there's nothing. You see, we don't really have a problem with submission. We have a problem with who we are submitting to. How many of you drive in the room? How many of you drive? Can I see your hand? Thank you. How many of you have gotten to a traffic light and the light turned red and you said, me, submit to this stupid, this is an inanimate object. How can he tell me what to do? How many of you will run that red light? Nobody. So you have a problem with submission. You have a problem with the person you are submitting to. And I have a problem with the fact that you chose someone you cannot submit to. And that's why I said it all starts with identity. If you know who you are, you will know who to pick. You won't marry somebody you can't respect. You won't marry somebody you can't trust his decisions. You won't marry somebody who won't look out for you. So, who are you sent to do whatever you are sent to do it with? Who is the person? That's what you need to ask yourself. And picking right is 80% of the job. You pick right, that's the first step. The second step is that you now have to do the right things in that marriage to make it work. Because you can pick the right person, and through your wrong actions, you can lose them. Because I've seen women married very good men, and they drive them away with bad attitudes. You become entitled because he treats you well. I've seen it happen over and over again. I've also seen women marry a man and move from being his wife to becoming his mother. And I can tell you, no man wants to marry his mother. The only thing they do. That's why they compare you to their moms and say, well, my mother did this. My mother did that. But when you become his mother, he doesn't want you. No man wants to marry his mother. So the question also is, how can I help this man if I'm called to help him? How can I help him gracefully? Because there's a way you can help someone and the person will feel that you are being condescending. So how do I manage it? So that, first of all, I do what I'm supposed to do. I do it with the right person and I don't lose myself doing it. Because one of the things I've seen is women lose themselves in marriage. You forget who you were from the very beginning. You see, I'm going back to identity. It always goes back to who you are. Who you are, what you're sent to do, will determine who you go with. Now, for single ladies in the room, please, let me beg you. Do not marry a man who doesn't have a large enough vision to accommodate yours. Do not marry a man who is not secure enough to let you shine. Do not marry a man who will not only let you fly, but help you fly. The man must help you fly. He must be content to see you do well. You can't marry a man that's jealous of you. I've seen too many homes broken because people are in competition. If he's doing great and I'm doing great, we'll both be happy. And that's what God had in mind. So the person you go with is important. The person you go with, I've seen so many women get married and all their dreams dead. Dead because you married the wrong person. So the first question is, who are you? Second one, what are you sent to do? The third one is, who are you supposed to do it with?